disheartening, it's sickening, and we are doing everything we can to try to help the community.
Right now at 4:30, deputies on patrol in the fire zone after a stunning crime targeting firefighters who are putting their lives on the line every day. The news starts right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry McSweeney.
And I'm Garvin Thomas. We'll have more on the heartbreak for firefighters in the Santa Cruz Mountains in just a moment. But first, we are monitoring unhealthy air quality and dangerous weather conditions that could make things even worse on the fire lines. Crews are bracing for the lightning and gusty winds. Lightning, of course, is what started all the fires raging across the Bay Area now. You can see where the fires are burning. So let's get you the very latest information right now.
The LNU complex fire stands at 341,000 acres right now. It's burning in the North Bay across 5 counties. That includes Napa, Sonoma, and Solano. And you're looking at new video of crews putting out small fires south of Clear Lake. Containment stands at 17%, up slightly from the 15% last night. The SCU complex fire has scorched nearly 340,000 acres. But there are new evacuation orders in effect for some communities late this afternoon. That fire burning in Santa Clara, Alameda, and Contra Costa counties. Containment at 10%. That's unchanged from last night. The CZU complex on the coast and in the Santa Cruz Mountains up to 67,000 acres. New video today showing crews lighting backfires to help clear the brush. No change in containment there. Stands at 5%.
We are covering the fires from all angles. Let's begin our team coverage with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Ranieri. He's tracking the threat of lightning. Jeff, as you know, my house is in the way of one of these fires. I've never been more personally invested in a weather forecast than this one.
Yeah, and it's one of those forecasts where this instability could, put a lightning strike in this location, then in that location. It's a very erratic pattern that we're seeing with this humidity that's building in. So that's why the entire Bay Area is under this red flag fire warning until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So again, more isolated thunderstorms that could produce some lightning strikes are possible. And with any thunderstorm that develops, we could see wind gusts of 40+ miles per hour. So everybody has to be on alert. Let's get you a look at Storm Ranger, our mobile Doppler radar, and you can see we are tracking some rainfall off to the south. I did have a lightning strike way out here in the Pacific. It's just more of an indication of how unstable this air is, and this is moving off to the north. So we do think some of this is going to be holding up for us. Right now, nothing in the Bay Area, but once again, off to the south near Monterey, we're beginning to see things organize a little bit better here. And as we put a loop on it, you can see it's moving from the south to the north. So we will be monitoring this extremely closely tonight, again, for any lightning or thunderstorms that may spark more fires. What about the conditions? Not good. There's a lot on this map, but find the fire that's closest to you that you care about and what's happening on those fire lines. You can see to the north, our fire in the North Bay tomorrow, a hot 95, wind gusts up to 20. These are awful conditions for firefighters. Down in the South Bay, 90 degrees tomorrow and 20-mile-per-hour winds. And over to the Santa Cruz Mountains, CZU Lightning Complex, 89 tomorrow and gusts up to 20. I'll have a very close look at the fire lines, where the hot spots are, and we'll take a look at that air quality and how things are going to be shaping up for us. I'll join you back here in about 15 minutes.
Jeff, thanks very much. And speaking of poor air quality, it's going from bad to worse. A live look from our traffic camera in Palo Alto. You see how much smoke there is out there. We want to show you how conditions have changed from yesterday afternoon. You see here most of the region red, meaning unhealthy. Take a look at that same map 24 hours later. Yeah, from bad to worse. Parts of the North Bay covered in purple. It was very bad in southern Marin today, considered very unhealthy.
If the threat of fire wasn't enough, now there's the threat of looting. Leaders in Santa Cruz County say they're angry and heartbroken about what happened to a firefighter. Some thieves are using this difficult time to take advantage of others. So far, 8 people have been arrested for looting in Santa Cruz County. A couple hours ago, the Santa Cruz County Sheriff had very strong words for any potential thieves.
It takes a special person to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to go victimize and traumatize people who have already been through everything that this community's been through. And generally, I would say the district attorney and myself have a lot of empathy for most people. But I have no empathy, I have no patience for somebody who's going to come into our community and steal from people.
And it's not just the evacuees being affected. Firefighters are also becoming targets for thieves. NBC Bay Area's Roz Plater is in Santa Cruz County with more on the troubling discovery one firefighter made.
Along Highway 9 in the fire evacuation area, we spotted law enforcement officers pulling over and questioning drivers. Some of those officers were in unmarked vehicles.
Burglary suppression was kind of the name of our game.
Santa Cruz County deputies say they've now got dozens of officers patrolling the area. Today, 60 from Santa Cruz County, another 30
prey on people that have evacuated. And so we want to focus on that.
And we've learned it's not just evacuees thieves are preying on, but they may also be targeting the firefighters who are working round the clock to save homes and businesses.
It's unfortunate, it's sickening that one of our fire ground commanders in that area, while out taking care of business and directing firefighting crews, somebody entered his vehicle, his department vehicle, and stole personal vehicles, including his wallet, and drained his bank account.
Investigators tell us that incident happened overnight at the Bonnie Doon Fire Station, and they are looking for a suspect. The news prompted outrage from residents on social media. One resident writing, "This is just disgusting. These people are fighting for our community." Another saying, "This is just horrible to hear. I'm at a loss for words."
It's absolutely disgusting behavior. Frankly, I can't believe that somebody would actually have the nerve to break into a firefighter's vehicle or enter their vehicle to steal something from them when they're there to protect the community. Honestly, it blows me away.
In Felton, I'm Roz Plater, NBC Bay Area News.
Over in Alameda County, growing concern tonight. Take a look at a map showing how close the evacuation warning zone from the SFUC Fire comes to Livermore and Pleasanton. People there watching closely, preparing to potentially leave. And over in the Oakland Hills, that's an area that knows a lot about these kind of fires. Fire crews stepping up patrols because of another threat there. NBC Bay Area's Christy Smith has the story.
We have fires burning all around us throughout the Bay Area. So we're at a heightened level of alert.
Smoke drifts in the Oakland Hills, and there's a red flag warning. Roving fire patrols are underway.
The patrol units or the upstaffed units are there to just give us the additional resources on top of our normal everyday staffing.
They want to have the jump on any fires that might start. The devastation from the 1991 firestorm is still fresh in so many minds here. Oakland also has about 30 members assisting with fires in the state, and they say they're fully staffed in the city.
We are able to do both right now. We are working long hours. Firefighters are working 7 days in a row in the firehouses, and personnel that are deployed are working up to 14 days in a row.
The threat of dry lightning and wind are a real concern. The SCU Lightning Complex has forced expanded evacuation orders. An evacuation warning was issued for parts of eastern unincorporated Alameda County. The city said while the fires do not pose a threat within Livermore and Pleasanton city limits at this time, the situation could change.
Quite a ways, actually, so we're technically in the safe zone, but not feeling very safe.
Kristen Sison is not under a warning, but she decided to make plans.
So this morning, my plans to go tomato picking got put on hold because we are packing the essentials in case we need to leave.
She's watching the CAL FIRE site and getting text alerts. Neighbors are talking about it too. CAL FIRE is urging people to make sure they have the most accurate information.
It's our message that we want those folks to listen to valid, vetted, factual information. And that comes from watching the CAL FIRE webpage. That comes from watching and monitoring the Sheriff's Department's webpage.
In the Oakland Hills, those roving patrols are expected to be in operation tomorrow as well. In Oakland, Christy Smith, NBC Bay Area News.
We mentioned new evacuations for the SCU Fire. We want to show you a closer look at where this is in the South Bay. It is happening south of San Jose. This is Highway 101 running here, so obviously it's east of there. The yellow zone is what we're talking about. Let's zoom in even further. East of Morgan Hill, north of San Martin, and give you an idea, if you know that area, the Holiday Lake Estates, Thomas Grade area, they've been evacuated all the way on up to Metcalf Road. Now, exhaustion, a major concern for crews. Many firefighters spending 48 hours on this fire line. Usually, they only spend 24 hours. Reinforcements from out of state finally moving in. Very good news for the firefighters. Take a look at this map. You see where these fires are burning. In the North Bay, the LNU Lightning Complex fire, close to 1,800 firefighters on that one, 735 relief firefighters arrived this week, and they had to feel good. CAL FIRE, though, says there should be 3,000, not less than 2,000 firefighters up there. Take a look at the SCU fire. It is burning. It's the one we were just talking about here. Now, 1,200 firefighters battling that fire, and along the coast, 1,300 firefighters, more than 1,300, and they picked up 323 more on the fire lines today compared to Friday, but still significantly lower than the number of crews CAL FIRE says should be on that fire.
We're going to focus now on the Wallbridge fire. That's part of the LNU complex burning west of Healdsburg. And the firefighters there, as you can see, are working with what they have available. The Sonoma County Sheriff tweeted out this video of a chopper scooping up pond water to dump on flames near Mill Creek. NBC Bay Area's Tom Jensen is live in Healdsburg, where there's been fire activity all day and more evacuations. Tom, what is the very latest?
And there are live fires. You saw that helicopter video. They're up in the hills just west of Healdsburg. This is West Side Road. This is a roadblock. A lot of fingers of different roads going up there with a lot of homes and wineries, and all of them being evacuated under mandatory evacuation orders right now. Helicopters have been dumping water on hotspots almost nonstop in the daylight hours since yesterday, actually. And Sergio Quintana was able to get up into some of those areas last night where the fire was threatening homes and a winery. The winds have been erratic, like Jeff was talking about, expecting more of that fire activity, that fire weather activity. And fire officials put the entire town of Healdsburg, in fact, on an evacuation warning. Other areas west of Highway 101 under those orders through the night and today. We did hear about some opening up in a press conference with Sonoma County officials just a couple of minutes ago in the Windsor area. Some homes out there, some of those roads opening back up and just under warnings now, not under orders. We were able to get behind this particular roadblock just a couple of hours ago and get further up Mill Creek Road, one of the main roads that runs off of West Side Road, and saw the destruction where it got worse and worse the farther up the road we went. At least 2 homes burned to the ground. Lots of other damage along the paved road, which did appear to work as a good fire break for several miles, but where it burned across the road and got into the timber and areas where there are homes, the damage is extensive. A few down power lines and trees had to be cleared off the road to allow for water tankers and fire equipment to get up the road this afternoon, areas where crews are fighting the flames right now. And that's about probably 7 miles up Mill Creek Road here, where we did get a warning that the fire is actively burning. In that press briefing with Sonoma County officials just a couple of minutes ago, you were talking about looting on some of the other fires down in the Santa Cruz area. Sheriff's Department spokesperson for Sonoma County said that they've got 130 patrols out, and they did make 1 looting arrest in Guerneville today. We're live in Healdsburg. Tom Jensen, NBC Bay Area News.
Thank you very much, Tom. We are sending alerts with the latest information on the fires. Download our free app, NBC Bay Area app, to get them sent straight to your phone.